Hi everybody, this is Angie, also known as A Light. Welcome to my channel. Please stop what you're doing, like this video, subscribe, you will not regret it. If you'd like to make a donation, please do so. When you make a donation to me, I will email you and I will ask you, do you have a topic or do you need advice on a situation, whether it was spiritual or it could be about narcissism, and I do a video response. You get your own video if you make a donation. So please, if you leave a donation to me, leave your email address in the memo section or description section on Cash App or PayPal, okay? So you will find that information, my Cash App or my PayPal information, in the description bar, or you will find it in the comment section. If not, comment to me, I will respond to you. You can check out my videos that I did video responses to for other people, and so far no one has been upset about their video response. Okay, so if you see me sweating, it's because it's super hot. It's like maybe like 75 degrees right now in New York, which that's hot, and some of us still have our heat on because it was literally 30 degrees last week. Okay, so if you see my sweat, I apologize, get over it. I just cut my fan on, but anyway, I'm loving this beautiful weather. Okay, so I wanted to get this video out. I'm not sure if I did a video like this. I doubt I did, but it's just been on my mind lately. And I wanted to talk about how the narcissist toys with your self-esteem, and kind of how you really don't see it coming, in a sense, okay? I feel like I've talked about this, but I haven't did like an entire video based on this. And it does have a lot to do with the devaluing stage. So when you meet a narcissist, whether it's a covert narcissist or an overt narcissist, it doesn't matter what kind of narcissist it is. Most of the narcissists, mind you, all narcissists are different, okay? They do have a lot of similarities because it's the same kind of dark spirits, but I feel like a lot of them are different, okay? But the two that I've come across the most is you're gonna come across a narcissist who is going to what is the words? They're gonna give you a lot of attention, a lot of phone calls, a lot of admiration, a lot of flirting, a lot of compliments, okay? And this is how the narc got me before I killed my ego, okay? Is a lot of compliments. Now, I don't really give a damn about compliments. I'm extremely humble now. I am not insecure anymore, so I'm not looking for people to always compliment me. Yes, Leos are suckers for compliments. You like to be pet. Don't get me wrong, I like to be pet like a cat. Don't get me wrong, I do. But at the same time, I've learned to come down from that, and that's something that you also have to come down. Keep in mind, a lot of us who get bamboozled from narcissists, we grew up not getting compliments. We grew up being told that we were ugly, we weren't enough, we weren't beautiful, we weren't cute, we weren't handsome, we stink, or whatever it was. So we didn't get that admiration. So when we meet this narcissist or whoever it is, and they're like, oh, you so fine, you smell good, you look good, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever had, you're the finest man I've ever been with, we believe that shit, okay? So in order to not be tricked by narcissists, you have to learn how to become humble. You have to work on your self-esteem, and watch out for people who are always giving you so many compliments. Those are usually that's someone who's a manipulator, and that's something that I've learned dealing with narcissists. A lot of times these people who are always constantly telling you, damn, you fine, we have so much in common, we're so much alike, oh, I love your shirt, oh, I love your hair, oh, this all that's just too much. That's a little bit too much. So whenever I come across a man or even a woman who's always telling me, you know what, I like your style, you're so fly, you're this, you're that, or they wait until they get in front of groups of people to literally golf over you, you know, like golf, gawk, whatever the word is. over you and how fine you are and how your fly your style is and all of that. I don't trust people like that. That's just me because of my experiences with narcissism. Okay, so I'm always looking out for people who are overly complimenting. Okay, so the narcissist, when they first meet you, they're going to compliment you abundantly, okay? And you're gonna fall for it. You're gonna be like, wow, this person is really attracted to me, and it's gonna give you this false illusion of there's so much chemistry between you and this narc. Okay, and they're building you up and building you up and building you up. Keep in mind, through all these compliments and even the looks that they give you, and they're gonna be looking at you like, "Ooh, you so fine," like you looking like some cake. Okay, you're looking like cake. You're looking like steak to them. They're always gonna give you them eyes. They're always going to be touching you or complimenting you or whatever it takes to get you. They've been studying you all this time, and then they're going to snatch it away. They're going to stop the compliments. And your first thoughts is not going to be, what's wrong with them? No. Your thoughts are going to be, oh my gosh, what is it about me that's making this individual not compliment me anymore? Am I not fine anymore? Is my sex is not good anymore? You're going to, little by little, your self-esteem is going to go downhill because you've put this narc on a pedestal. You put this person on a pedestal. You admire them. You got so used to these compliments. You got so used to them always checking you out, always wanting you sexually, and then all of a sudden they knock you off that high horse and they make you feel little and they make you feel unsexy. And a lot of times people start to gain weight. People start to stop caring about their parents anymore because through time they're starting to make you feel ugly. They're starting to make you feel ugly from the inside out. They're starting to make you feel not worthy. You know, things that they loved about you, all of a sudden they hate. You know, like, I always had a certain fashion to me. I remember, you know, I had one narc say to me, "You always wearing them head wraps on your head." And I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's my style. And I'm like, what? You know, what's that about? And if you like this person and you admire them, you want to know, like, do they not like my head wrap? Do they not like my style? And little by little, if you are insecure, you're going to start to want to change your style. Those things that people admire of you and think that you're so great. If you come across somebody who is telling you your style or, you know, just the way you are, there's something wrong with it, get rid of them. That's not a good person. People should look at your style or look at the way you carry yourself, and they shouldn't have a problem with it. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you're gonna come across friends or families who, you know, maybe you're not taking care of yourself, and they're like, you know what, maybe you should take a shower, you know, maybe you should iron your clothes, maybe you should wash your clothes. Now, that's different. But when you have your own identity, you have your own swag to you, those are things that people should not try to change about you. I love my fashion. I love my style. And if you are the type of person who can stand out, the narc hates that. They hate that you have your own style and your own swag and your own fashion and all that. They hate that shit. You know why? Because they don't have that. They look through magazines, they watch other people, they watch celebrities to get their own fashion sense. They don't have fashion sense. They don't have their own thing. Every identity about them is all created, it's all made up. They don't even know themselves. So when they come across somebody like you who has style, who has swag, who is confident, who knows about themselves, they hate that. So they have to tear that down. Okay, so you could be fashionable, you could be insecure, and they will find a way to make you feel like the great things about you are terrible. Okay, and I went through this. I went through this with even my ex narc best friend. You know, like, I like wearing my hair curly. I like wearing my natural hair. I like to look earthy, people say. I like that look. I feel most comfortable. But he would try to create me into like how a lot of fake women look, wearing a lot of makeup and wearing a lot of weaves. And he always said, oh, I don't like your hair curly, you have to wear your hair straight at all times. So little by little, or I would wait until little by little I would change, or I would change my appearance when I knew he was coming in town. People say, you know what, I know when your friend is coming in town. I'll say, how? They're like, you look completely different. I would literally run out and buy a straight wig or buy a long wig, so that way I look a certain way just to please that particular narc. Okay? Then you're going to come across some narcs who will not compliment you at all. This is another form of abuse. Okay? There is nothing wrong with complimenting your lover or your friends. It is a sign of love and affection, I feel. All right? Complimenting or telling someone you're doing well, you look good, that is a form of love and affection. Okay? And I've had a couple of narc males around me that would never compliment me at all. It did not matter. I would get a new haircut or I would get a new hairstyle, and they would literally just look at me and, like, when they see me, they'll be like, just blinking, looking. They will not say if it looks good or not. Everyone around me is like, oh my gosh, Angie, you look great. That cut looks nice on you. Oh, beautiful hair color. Nice hairstyle. Oh, I like your new shirt. These narcs will absolutely not say anything. And if you like someone or you love someone and they never tell you you're beautiful, they never gave you a compliment, that's going to fuck with your head. It's going to fuck with your confidence. So yes, there are going to be narcs that you come across that aren't going to admire you at all. Nope. They're not going to say nothing to you at all. And if you're already an insecure person, or you're a person that needs that validation from the one that you love, then yes, you are going to fall into that narc pit, to where you're going to end up feeling like you're not worthy enough. And that is going to make you keep on, oh, let me change my hair different. Maybe he'll like this, or she'll like this. Or let me start dressing like this because maybe they didn't like the way I dressed when I wore this, so I'm going to wear this. And I went through that. All of that. So I also pay attention to when I'm around a gentleman and he doesn't compliment me at all. How the hell can you be attracted to someone and never tell them they are attractive? That's weird. So that right there, that's a bad sign. To me, that's a bad sign. How could you date or marry someone and you never told them one thing about their physical appearance, their style, their personality that you like? These narcs do that, okay? They will have you thirsty for love and affection, and will literally, when they're doing that, and if you said to them, you know what, something's really strange, I never heard you compliment me, they will literally make you feel like you're begging, or there's something wrong with you, that you feel that you deserve a compliment. Okay? So that is just definitely something I had noticed. And I was in situations with certain narcs where I was just like, wow, I don't feel beautiful around this man. A narc will literally make you feel ugly. You wouldn't feel beautiful around them. They're just there. And sometimes you fall for that because you are just happy that somebody's there. You're just happy that you caught someone, that you were able to attract someone. And that's not a good feeling. You want to be around a man or a woman that you feel sexy around, that you feel wanted sexually, and not just wanted when it's time to have sex. Okay? So these are the type of feelings that I feel that narcissists give off. They don't make you feel beautiful. You don't feel beautiful around them. Well, I know when I think back to it, I didn't. You don't feel beautiful around them besides, when it's time to have sex. You get what I'm trying to say? That has been my experience with a lot of narcs. or they'll give you that compliment, and it's kind of like a sideway compliment. It'll be like, oh, you know what, Angie, I like the head wrap, but my mom has way more head wraps than you, and probably better quality. It's always this side ass compliment, okay? It's like an insult and a compliment in one. And when you get that, it leaves you feeling thirsty. It leaves you feeling, like you have a void in you, pretty much. So this is why it's very important to heal from narcissistic abuse, why it's important to build up your confidence. So that way when you get around people like this, you're like, you know what, this don't even seem right. This doesn't even feel right. And that is something that I definitely notice about narcs. Not all of them are going to give you compliments, and they're not all going to admire you. Some of them are going to actually knock you down from day one. Everything about you would be an issue. Everything would be a problem. I remember I used to hang out with this narc girl. I mean, everything. It was like even the smallest things. Like, I love Oreo ice cream. I love Oreo shake, stuff like that. And it would be like, if we went out and we're at a restaurant and I ordered, oh, let me get an Oreo sundae. Oh, you always eat Oreo sundae. You never try nothing new. Okay. And it was just like, why did you need to say that? And, or when I would say, oh, you know what, I'm going to be a life coach. Oh, you know what, I want to be a life coach too. But, my goal is like realistic, because Angie, you're more like on the spiritual side. Most people are not going to be able to connect to that. But for me, I'm more logical. So I'm going to be a better life coach than you because, I'm more logical and you're more on the spiritual side, and, you're not going to be able to connect to a lot of people. Those are the kind of things that narcs are going to say to you. And you're like, was that a compliment or was that an insult? Okay, so this is just how they are. And it's really funny because a lot of narcs will insult you and then at the same time turn around and go buy what you're wearing and try to do what you're doing after they just insulted you on what you're wearing or what you're doing, because they really want to be you. They secretly, deep down inside, admire you because you're a person who is strong, and you hold your own. You're everything they cannot become. Okay, you have your own identity. They don't. They are a combination of multiple people's identities. They don't even know themselves. Okay, so that's just something I noticed about narcs. Watch out for people who never tell you they're proud of you, they admire you, they never compliment you. It just feels like dead, completely like dead. That is a huge red flag. Okay, and then also it needs to be like it needs to be healthy. It needs to be a medium. It needs to be, not too extreme, but not, to the point where they're leaving your soul or your mind or your heart feeling thirsty. There needs to be a medium. Okay, so look out for people like that, because definitely that is the type of narcissist I have come across. And when you're in a relationship, you should not feel, when you're in a friendship or a relationship, or it's your parents, it don't matter, your family members, they should not have you feeling thirsty as if you need their approval. Okay, and I went through that also with my narcissistic grandmother. So it's not just when you're dating a narc or when you're friends with a narc. This can be a relative where they're never telling you that they're proud of you. They're never telling you that they find you to be attractive. Everybody wants their dad or their mom to say, hey, beautiful girl, or hey, handsome guy. Everybody wants that admiration. Like, your parents are the first people who build up your self-esteem. Okay, who you're raised by controls that. Okay, the first time that you see relationships, sexual relationships, or romantic relationships, you see that through your parents or your guardians, whoever raised you. So you want to hear that from your guardians. You want to hear that from your parents, that, oh, you're beautiful, you know, because in your mind, sometimes for a lot of us, we didn't get that. So we didn't hear, oh, our dad saying, girl, you're beautiful. Because then oh, you know what? My daddy told me I was beautiful, and we didn't grow up with that, or my mom and my dad didn't tell me I was handsome. You didn't grow up with that admiration. So you grew up to have low self-esteem, and this is the reason why when you meet the narc, they're able to latch on to you fast, because you are thirsty. It's a subconscious thing. It's not something that we were conscious of. You may appear to yourself or to others that you are secure. You do have high self-esteem, but subconsciously, deep down in your lower self, you really are insecure. So when you meet these individuals who show you a little bit of admiration, you were easy for them to snatch up. All right, so this is why we got to break on our healing process. Okay, so I just wanted to cover that when it comes to narcs leaving you feeling thirsty. And then when the narc is gone and you try to move on to other people, your self-esteem is broken. So you have to build that up again, because when you finally do meet somebody who admires you, you don't feel beautiful, you don't feel sexy, you don't feel handsome anymore. Alright guys, hopefully this video was of some help to you, and I hope everyone's doing well. Peace and blessings. Talk to you soon.